You guys highly requested for this makeup tutorial, so I'm gonna show you guys how I actually achieved this look. You want to start off with lip prep, add some moisture at the start because you want to make sure your lips are moisturized, and then you can draw in your brows. Usually I'll focus on the ends of my brows because that is where the hairs are a little bit more sparse. Go in with MAC Paint Pot. Now this is actually an eyeshadow primer which will help to color correct the unevenness of my eyelids while at the same time prepping my eyelids for the eyeshadow, which is like the main point of the makeup. Now this whole eye look is super cool tone. This light gray shade, I'm putting it into my crease and just blending it out on a very small blending brush. Don't worry if it looks a little bit, like dirt on your eyelids, that kind of thing. It's totally normal. You're just gonna trust the process and make sure it's blended out. You can see that I'm really trying to finesse the shadow and blend the edges out around the crease. For a more seamless blend, you could take a cream shadow and also blend the edges out into your skin. Now taking a medium tone, cool tone brown shade, I'm just putting it in the outer V, focusing it over there to just add that definition and drama to the eyes, making sure that the shape is there while making sure it looks blended out still. So I'm really going back and forth. And you can see that I'm flicking outwards as well to kind of create that cat eye look while keeping it feathery and soft. One thing I always tell my friends is that when it comes to makeup, make sure you're going in with smaller amounts of product because it's so much easier to kind of clean up and work around it if you do make a boo-boo, rather than, let's example, if you were to go in with a lot of black eyeshadow and then it's a lot more difficult to actually blend it out. You can see that I'm working in small layers and just adding more pigmentation and blending when I need to do so. Next is the shimmers. This is my favorite part. I like to add shimmers from my inner to middle part of my eyes. I'm going to take this light beige champagne kind of color. It's neutral, it's high contrast against the dark brown shadows, and once I'm happy with the placement, I actually bring it up all the way to my crease because I know that eventually I'm going to wear false eyelashes, so I really want to make sure the shimmer is visible and not hidden behind my lashes. When you bring this shimmer up into your inner crease, I find that when the light hits, it helps to reflect the curvature of your inner eye socket, which helps to give your eyes the illusion that it's wide and taller. At this point, we're going to go into the cool tone black matte shade, and we are taking it on a very fine thin pencil brush, and I'm keeping it as close as possible to my natural lash line while flicking it upwards to maintain that cat eye look. On a small blending brush, I'm going to go back into my transition shade and pinch the brush and run it along my lower lash line. Now at this point, I felt like the black eyeshadow alone wasn't giving me enough definition and drama, so I took a black eyeliner and taking the same brush with the remnants of the black eyeshadow, flicking it outwards and following the line that I originally laid down. These lashes HMU from Petite Club are super dramatic. I look at the difference between with and without lashes. I think it definitely makes or breaks the look. To tie everything together, I'm just taking some black eyeshadow and running it only on the outer 1/3 of my eye, taking a cream eyeliner and running it in my waterline just to help open up my eyes from the inner corner itself because everything is so dark and vampy. I do not want it to look too closed off. I'm going in with this Tear cushion in 21 Warm Ivory. This one has a very high coverage. I'm going in with a little bit of product because a little bit does go a long way. The reason why I go in with a high coverage foundation is because I want the attention to focus a lot on the eyes and the drama, so that should be the center of attention. I'm going to color correct and brighten up my under eyes with this standard Fenty Beauty under eye brightener, and just going to brighten up my under eyes even more with this concealer. This concealer is like 1 or 2 shades too light for me, but in small amounts it actually does work out pretty well to give a brightening effect. Setting everything down with a Laura Mercier powder, I'm really getting and soaking the brush with a lot of product, noticing how I'm actually pushing the product into my skin and not so much sweeping. Well, at least at the start, because I'm really trying to mattify and push the powder in. Now, this is the under eye powder from Pat McGrath, and this really blurs my under eyes so well. Think of it as such that the base makeup should be flawless, high coverage, no imperfections, and the focus should be on the eyes itself. I'm taking this nude peach shade from 3CE, and I feel like this didn't give enough color to my cheeks. I wanted something a little bit more. So I did go in with a Pat McGrath blush later on, just a dab on my cheeks, because I also didn't want the cheeks to be the center point. The center point, main stage kind of thing, is still the eyes. So this at least gives enough pigment. Taking this Judy Doll contour and highlight palette and I'm just focusing it on the jawline, the whole perimeter of the face. Contouring is really essential in this case because of the high coverage base makeup. You kind of lose your features, the edges, so we just want to add that definition back in, and we're going into this highlighter and just highlighting just the tip of the nose bridge. It's equally important to bring back our features and not lose it in the sea of foundation. For the lips, I was envisioning something a little bit more pink, a little bit more nudie. However, this pink combo that I was going for, I felt that it was still too bright for what it is. This one, I think, is the Bare Water Tint, the first shade, the vanilla shade. Yeah, I can see that it was just too bright because the eyes was already so cool tone. So the lips was standing out a little bit too much. It was just not giving, and I decided to, you know what, let's just go full on cool tone lippy. Now, if I were to wear this on a normal day and with natural makeup, I think this will look very, very casket ready. But for this look, it actually put it together really nicely, and I decided to go in with a cool tone lip contour just to pull everything together because I think the pink was a little bit too distracting, and to even it out, this brown lip liner worked wonders. So yeah, this is how the makeup ended up looking like. I just curled my hair, straightened it, and this is a bad B makeup. I absolutely love it, and I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful.